Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Picture this. You apply for a job. 500 other people apply too. A computer reads every resume, scores each one, and hands the recruiter only the top 10. The other 490? Gone. Rejected before a single human ever looked at their name. And now, in Europe, those rejected people have a legal right to ask one question. Why? If you've ever uploaded a resume to a job site, this story is about you. Because the European Union just drew a line. The line isn't about whether companies can use these scoring tools, it's about whether they can hide how the tools work. The new rules say a machine that decides who gets hired must be able to explain itself. So the question that runs through everything today: when an algorithm rejects you, can anyone actually tell you why? Let's start with what the EU AI Act actually does. According to the law, it does not ban resume scoring. Instead, it labels these systems high risk. That label comes with strings attached. The company has to be transparent. It has to allow real human oversight. So the tool stays legal. The secrecy around it does not. Now here's the part that catches employers off guard. A lot of companies assume they were safe because a human signs off at the end. The recruiter looks at the top 10 and picks one. Human decision, right? European courts say no. According to legal analysis from the firm Fisher Phillips, if a person just rubber stamps what the algorithm already decided, that's still an automated decision. The machine narrowed 500 down to 10. By the time the human shows up, the real cut already happened. That changes how companies have to defend their hiring. It also means that polite rejection email you got, a computer may have written your fate before a person ever saw you. Then there's the bias problem. Researchers warn that these systems learn from a company's old hiring records. So if a company mostly hired men for years, the algorithm learns that pattern. It starts favoring men, not because anyone told it to, but because that's what the past looked like. The machine isn't neutral. It's a mirror of old decisions. The transparency rules are designed to drag that hidden bias into the open. And under the new law, you have a right to a plain explanation. Not a wall of code. Not a vendor's trade secret shrug. A clear, understandable reason for why the system scored you the way it did. The score alone isn't enough anymore. The reasoning is what counts. And that's the real shift. The EU didn't outlaw the technology. It outlawed opacity dressed up as objectivity. For years, companies hid behind black box tools and called the results neutral. Now the law says a number is not proof. The explanation behind it is. So let's bring this home. A computer can scan hundreds of job applications and reject most of them before any person reads a word. Europe just gave those rejected people the right to ask why and to get a real answer. The tool stays legal. The hiding does not. Whether you build investigations for a living or you just clicked apply last week, the lesson is the same. A result you can't explain isn't trustworthy. It's just harder to argue with. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.